I grow up.
No one ever says, I want to be a junkie when I grow up. Don't let drugs get in the way of your dreams.
And now, Detective James Restivo and the murder of a decent, hard-working man.
You know, I've liked cops ever since I was a kid. One time they arrested me in a stolen car and kicked my butt pretty good. But they were fair. I could understand where they were coming from. They were just trying to help people. When I joined the police force in New York, that feeling stood with me, and I still have it today. It's something that makes being a cop more than just a job. It's something that means you do everything you can to help people, solve crimes, everything.
I'll see to these people for you.
Right away, Mr. Portoni.
Frankie, pick up, hey! Only Queenie here. Where's that?
Gianni, table number 24 is almost ready, huh?
Bene, bene.
Dove l'andabasto? Oh, what was that for?
For owning the best restaurant in New York.
Oh, it can't be the best yet, Donna. We've only been open a few weeks.
It will be. You worked so hard for it.
Oh, table 12, ice cream. I just remembered ice cream. Oh.
Good night, Russ. Night, Richie. See you tomorrow?
You bet.
Yeah?
How you doing? Hey, listen, I'm out of cigarettes. Can you help me out? Hey, come on, man, I'm dying.
What kind?
Any kind. Except menthol. I hate menthol.
All right. $2.
Get off the floor. Where's the money? I said, where the hell is it? Where do you keep the money? Oh. Come on, check out the bar. There's only a few $100 here. What?
Richie? Richie?
The three intruders took Donna, Richie, and Salvatore into the kitchen, tied them up, and pistol whipped them. They had been expecting to find all kinds of money and weren't happy with the night's take.
Let's go. Shut up, Tom. Where's the rest of the money? There is no more money.
Leave him alone, please.
Don't you understand? Most people use credit cards. You've got all the money we've got.
You should have thought of that. You should have. Shut up, man. He's lying. We gotta get out of here. He's lying, man. I'm telling you, he's lying. Come on.
How about money?
Credit cards.
Huh? Are you all right? Answer me. Answer me.
Murder is the ultimate crime, and it's a tragedy no matter who it happens to. But when a murder is vicious and senseless, it's the greatest tragedy of all. I was in the 112 Detective Squad in Queens and was assigned to the case, assisted by the Homicide Squad. I'd never been in that restaurant, even though I passed it before. But I remember thinking it looked like a nice place. Once inside, I could see it had a class look to it.
And the body's in the kitchen.
Thanks. Any other witnesses?
One, a customer. He left just before it happened.
Get him down here. I want to make sure he didn't have something to do with it.
No matter how many times you see a murder victim, you never get over the enormity of what has happened. I wanted the punks who killed this poor guy. They had ended the life of a human being without even giving it a second thought. But wanting them was one thing. Catching them was going to be another. There was no murder weapon. And all our crime scene detectives came up with was half a thumbprint lifted from the bottom of the cash register drawer. It wasn't going to be easy.
Detective Restivo. You mind if I come in for a few minutes to talk to your mother? I know it's difficult, but it'll only take a few minutes.
Salvatore had two sons, Gino and Rico. They didn't think I could catch their father's killer. I could see it in their eyes. Donna Portoni had been destroyed by what happened. One minute everything was intact. The next minute some creep had killed her husband. I felt bad for her. Really bad.
Mrs. Portoni?
Sì. Mamma, se mi serve, sto nell'altra stanza. Sì. We'll wait in the other room.
Mind if I sit down? Thank you. I'm very sorry about your husband, Mrs. Portoni. But if we're going to find the people who killed him, I'm going to have to ask you a few questions.
I understand, Detective. Go ahead.
Well, you said that they were young men. Did you notice anything else about them?
It all happened so fast. I yelled for Salvatore to call the police, but...
When I finished with Donna, I talked to the boys as well. And I realized it could have just as easily been my father who had been killed. When I left, I told them I would do everything I could to find the murderer. I really wanted them to believe me. From interviewing Donna, Richie, and Russell Farber, my guess was that there were 4 Italians, street mutts from Brooklyn, young wise guys trying to make a score. Wise guys could be members of organized crime. They call themselves that because they think they're the smart ones. While the rest of us hold down steady jobs and pay taxes, they take what they want. And killing is just another part of what they do. I had grown up with a lot of them, and I could still spot one from 2 blocks away. We were supposed to be impressed with guys like this back then. Flashing big money, wearing silk suits, driving big cars. But I wasn't. I thought they were jerks. I was impressed with guys like my pop, who drove a brewery truck. He was a good, hard-working guy. A guy just like Salvatore Platoni.
There's no way they could have been Puerto Rican.
Why not?
Because they didn't have sideburns.
So what's that got to do with anything?
How many Puerto Rican kids have you seen in here didn't have sideburns? They all wear them. It's their style. Our guys wore their hair like wise guys from Brooklyn.
Look, we got a million things going down here right now, and I got nobody here to catch cases.
I can find them. I got partial prints. I got witnesses. I know where to look.
So let the homicide guys run it down for now.
You didn't tell this family that you would find the guys that killed them. I did.
No, I'm sorry.
Come on.
No.
Hey.
No.
I was starting to take it personal. I made up my mind. I knew homicide would do all they could, but I wanted to find these punks for Donna and her sons myself, even if it meant working on my own time. But I needed help, so I did what you're supposed to do when you need help. I went looking for a cop. In fact, I went looking for a lot of cops. Cops who worked in Brooklyn, where I used to work.
Hey. Restivo, 112 Square.
What brings you overseas?
I'm working homicide. And I think the guys I'm looking for from Brooklyn. I want to see if these guys look familiar to you. Those faces look good. Huh?
Nah, sorry.
How about any guys on the street bragging, you know?
Bragging? Nah.
Any cops you think I could talk to might know something?
Hey, buddy, I could introduce you to every cop in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I wanted to find out what the local cops knew about anyone who was into stick-ups. Who fit the MO of our 4 guys. Who would stab a guy in the back just to be mean?
Excuse me, guys. Police officer.
I spent every spare minute I had looking for a cop who might know our 4 guys. And asking them all to put out the word to other cops and their informants. As well as going through department files, looking for mutts with similar MOs. Finally, some names started to come back to me.
Morning, Jimmy.
Geez, you look like hell, Jimmy.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, maybe you should take a night off, huh?
Yeah. I got plenty of time to sleep when I'm 6 feet under, Freddie.
Oh, I got something for you. A cop from Brooklyn called. Said to give this to you.
What is it?
Said it's just another name, but he wished you luck. Anything else he can do, just ask.
Thanks.
When I got names, I went to BCI, pulled the prints from the files, and submitted them to the latent print section, hoping to find a match with the partial print we lifted. It was a slow process, but I didn't have any choice.
They don't match. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
Then one night I got an idea. I've always said you gotta swing if you want to hit something. And ever since I'd seen Salvatore Portoni's body, I had wanted to hit something real hard. I decided that if I went to the hangouts in Brooklyn where these mutts spend time, I just might get lucky and grab a picture that Donna, Russell Farber, or Richie might be able to identify. Salvatore's killers were out there somewhere. I was sure of it. Each night after I had the pictures developed, I would take them to Donna, Russell Farber, and Richie. Over the next 2 months, I took hundreds of pictures, but none of the witnesses were able to identify the men in them.
I'm sorry. No.
Well, we'll just have to keep looking.
By this time, Gino and Rico had given up good jobs to help their mother run the restaurant. Neither one of them wanted to let their father's dream die.
Come on, Russell. We'll show some in the kitchen.
So, how they making out, Mrs. Portoni?
They're good boys. They'll do their best. It's not them I'm worried about.
Oh?
Last night, 2 men came into the bar. One of them said the boys and I could keep the restaurant. But they were going to take over the bar. Just like that. They were going to take over the bar.
He tell you his name?
Hey, Restivo, what's your problem?
What's my problem? You're my problem.
What?
I hear you're thinking about going into the restaurant business. Is that right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Well, maybe I'll jog your memory. I'm warning you right now, you piece of garbage. You go near the Portonis again, I'll sit you on your mother's lap, I'll blow your brains out. You understand me?
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah, I understand you.
It's good.
Spray and Wash has removed more food, grease, and grass than any other stain remover ever made. And that has made it the #1 choice for getting out what America gets into.
For acid indigestion and gas, take a formula doctors recommend. The formula in Tempo. The 2 leading antacids relieve indigestion, but they have nothing for gas. Tempo relieves both. Relieve indigestion and gas fast with a formula doctors recommend. Tempo.
Night and day.
One car inspired many copies. Now that one car has been redesigned to be even more comfortable, to look even sleeker. You'll fall in love with it all over again. Introducing the redesigned Sable. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
How does a princess find a prince?
Dazzle him, flatter him, tackle him.
How does a princess stay in shape?
Riding horses, working out,
liposuction.
What does a princess do for fun?
hunt hunting, bargain hunting,
Man hunting.
They're witty, pretty, and available. Princesses premieres Friday at 8.
This is CBS. Once again, Sarah Purcell is going to tempt fate to show us how fast she can use the real yellow pages to find, say, a cooking school.
What's that down there?
Boiling oil, Sarah. Oh, I didn't know rope burned that fast.
What?
Bubble, bubble. Toil and trouble.
Here, I found it!
Oh, just in time.
Ha! Nothing saves you time like the real yellow pages. It's here or nowhere.
The Accord from Honda. Once again, it's what the competition is shooting for. Nice shot.
Kimber Gallus displays tremendous courage before Congress. Her story tonight.
That's very good. I'm glad to hear that. Now go. Play with your scummy friends.
The guy knew I was really serious, so he backed off. He and his friends never bothered the Portonis again.
Yeah. Restivo? Yeah, this is Restivo. An informant of mine says that he heard a guy bragging about some robbery at a restaurant a couple of months back.
Yeah, a restaurant in Queens.
Yeah?
Yeah, his name was,
Milton or something like that. He couldn't be sure.
Milton.
Yeah, you want to meet my guy?
Yeah, just, let me check out this name first. Thanks for calling.
Milton. Minton.
The name I've been given was so close, I decided to check it out right away. When I found his file, I had the technician compare his prints.
What? What do you think, huh?
I think you got him. All right.
A real police investigation is not like it is on television, where the cops solve a crime in 1 hour. It should be that easy. It always takes cops cooperating with other cops and good citizens. Sometimes solving a murder can take years. Sometimes you never solve it. But no investigation is ever neat and simple. There's always a surprise waiting around the next turn. There was no current address on Sam Minton. The only information I could dig up was on his father. I don't know what the family name was at one time, but he was an Italian guy. He was a made man. an honored member of a crime family, which meant he didn't go out on stick-ups anymore. There didn't seem to be much sense in asking him if he knew where his son was. But we found out that Sam had a girlfriend, and they'd had a baby together. We found out Thursday nights were the nights he spent with this baby.
All right, so what makes you so sure he's gonna come, huh?
Wise guys love playing daddy. Makes them forget the kind of garbage that they really are. He'll be here.
Okay, let's go. Something stupid. Go ahead. Please don't kill me. Don't shoot me. I don't want to die. Please. Please don't kill me.
When Mitten threw himself on the ground, all I could think about was how much he looked like Salvatore. Arms behind him, face down. It was ironic.
You're a real hero, aren't you? All right, get on your feet, you dirtbag.
No.
Your hands behind your head. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You understand?
The sad thing, though, was that Donna had developed a mental block.
Numbers up.
A defensive mechanism about everything that happened the night Salvatore was murdered. Even when I showed her Minton's picture, she couldn't recognize him. Later in the lineup, she didn't have any idea who he was.
I don't see him.
All right, numbers up.
It was Russell Farber, a customer in the bar, who finally identified him.
That's him, number 3. Thank you.
The day Donna went to Minton's trial, she still wasn't able to remember him. But she had asked me if the man who killed her husband would be there.
Do you solemnly swear to tell
I told her he wasn't.
the whole truth and nothing?
It was just a hearing.
God,
I do.
you may be seated.
I lied. I wanted her to be relaxed. She'd been through enough already.
Mrs. Bartone.
That's him.
Order in the court.
That's the one. Him.
There are people that will tell you that members of organized crime are okay, that some of them are really gentlemen. Well, not the ones I know. They're killers. Salvatore Portone was a decent, hard-working man with a decent family. When you see a man's worked 26 years to realize his dreams, only to have them shattered, you have to do anything you can to get the mutts who did this. Being a cop's never been just a job. Not for me or most other cops out there. Being a cop means caring. Because if we don't, who else will?
When we return, off